Today we are going to talk about proportions with percents and how do we use proportions to solve percent problems. Before we do that, we will just need to touch the base with the two definitions. Commission. Commission is the amount earned based on the percent of total sales. So example, car salesperson who earns 10% on car sales and sells $60,000 worth of cars would earn a commission of $6,000, which is 10% of $60,000. There are some other professions who do the same, like, for example, people who sell houses, they work on commission. People who sell perfumes or sometimes shoes and so on and so forth. Now, the second vocabulary word is markup. Every store needs to earn money some way. And how they earn money is they actually add the amount, which is called a markup, to the buying price of the products, and then they sell those products for a little bit higher price than they paid for. And markup is always based on percent of the buying price. Now, there are different applications also besides these two of proportions with percent, such as finding a tax to be paid on the price of an item when you are buying it in a store, or finding amount of a tip that you would give to a waiter, increase in salaries, and there are other applications as well. So here is the first example we are going to look at, and it's related to a markup. A store bought a jacket for $73.50, so that's the buying price for the store. And it marks it up by 15%, which means they will add 15% of this amount to this price, and they will sell it for more. We need to find the amount of markup, how much money was being added, and then we need to find out the selling price of the jacket. The first thing we will do, we will find the amount of markup. So here we are. We want to find out how much is 15% of $73.50. And how would that work? So here we are. We want 15%. We simply write it on one side of a proportion as a fraction, as a ratio. So 15%, it means 15 out of 100, or 15% to 100% would be how much money in relation to the buying price. So buying price is always related to 100%, or the whole, the starting amount. So we put $73.50 at the bottom at the same level as 100, and then we don't know how much is 15% of that, so 15 part. So now we can just do the cross product where we take $73.50 times 15, $73.50 times 15, and I will do that on a calculator, and then we divide that by 100, and we have that amount is $11.0.25. Now, when we have this, we need to be actually realistic about this, because dollars do not go into 3 decimal places. We need to round it, and we will actually round to 2 decimal places, because the second digit here, the 100th digit, is 2, and the next digit is 5. We need to round this up to 3. If this amount was smaller than 5, we would round this to 2. So this will actually be $11.03. Now when we have that, so that's markup. To find the selling price of the jacket, we will take the $73, which was our original buying price, plus the markup, and then we will find how much is that. So we add those two, 73.50 plus 11.03, and we have selling price to be $84.53. So this is selling price. Okay. So now That's one example of using the proportion to solve percent problems. Now let's look at another example. The other example involves earning money and increase in salary. So we have Brian, who made $52,000 at a job this year. Now, next year, he is supposed to get a 4% raise. Now it says, how much will he make next year? So we want to find how much money will his salary be, which will be bigger by 4% of that. So now, there are two ways we can look at that. And the first way would be if we do this. Let me show you the first one. So notice this. Here is what we are saying. Because we are not really interested into how much is 4% of 52,000. We are interested in how much is the end of it. Or how much will he have earned. We actually can treat this 52,000 as 100%, which is, and put them at the same level of our proportion. And then think that the salary next year will actually be 100% how much is this year, plus the 4%, which will be next year, which would be 104%. And then that amount, we don't know what it is. So, and then we would just simply take 52,000 times 104 and divide by 100, and we will have our amount. Or we can do what we've done in a previous case. We find 4% out of a 52,000, which actually then 52,000 is again with our 100%, and I just simply find 4% of that. So I find amount of increase first, and then I do cross product 52 times 4 divided by 100, which then will give me how much is increase, but then I would have to add that increase at the end. So if I do the first one here, I will simply punch into the calculator, and here we are. Well, I will do 52,000 times 104, and then divide by 100, and I will end up with $54,080. If I do it finding the amount of increase separately, I have 4 times 52,000 divided by 100, and I will find that that increase is 2,080, but then I have to add that to the original amount that he's earning this year, and when I add them up, I will still have $54,080. And it doesn't matter which method I use. This one is a little faster just because it's not asking me to find how much was increase. If I am asked to find increase first, I have to use this method. I don't have any options. But if I just want to see how much is the final amount, I can use that proportion there.